The airport was loud in the way only airports could be, rolling suitcases clattering like restless thoughts, voices echoing through high ceilings, flight announcements cutting conversations in half. Yet Daniel Cross sat alone on a metal bench near Gate 47, feeling utterly invisible. He wore a tailored charcoal suit that probably cost more than most people's monthly rent. His phone buzzed constantly with emails from board members, assistants, lawyers. He ignored all of them. For the first time in 20 years, Daniel Cross, CEO of one of the fastest growing tech empires in the world, had nowhere he actually wanted to go. He stared at the departure board, watching cities blink in and out: London, Tokyo, Dubai, New York. He could be on any of those flights with a single call. And yet, his chest felt hollow. 3 hours earlier, he had walked out of a boardroom for the last time. Not fired. Not forced out. He had simply stood up, listened to the echo of his own footsteps, and realized he was done. Done chasing numbers. Done pretending the emptiness would eventually fill itself. Are you lost too, mister? The voice was small, clear, and impossibly calm. Daniel blinked and looked down. A little girl stood in front of him, no older than 7. She wore a yellow hoodie that swallowed her hands and a backpack decorated with faded cartoon stars. Her dark hair was tied into uneven pigtails, and her eyes, wide and curious, studied him as if he were a puzzle. He glanced around instinctively. No parent in sight. I'm not lost, he said automatically, then hesitated. I don't think. She nodded seriously, as if that answer made perfect sense. That's what my mom said when we first came here. Daniel frowned. Where is your mom? The girl shrugged. She's not here anymore. Something in her tone, matter of fact, not dramatic, made his stomach tighten. That's not very safe, Daniel said gently. You shouldn't be alone. I'm not alone, she replied. I'm with you. Before he could protest, she climbed onto the bench beside him, legs swinging. She smelled faintly of soap and crayons. What's your name? She asked. Daniel. I'm Lily, she said, offering her hand like a tiny professional. He shook it, surprised by the firmness of her grip. They sat in silence for a moment, watching people rush past as if being chased by invisible clocks. Are you sad? Lily asked suddenly. Daniel let out a quiet laugh. Is it that obvious? She nodded. You look like someone who forgot something important. He swallowed. No one had ever described him that way before. And you? He asked. Are you sad? She tilted her head, thinking. Sometimes. Mostly I'm just waiting. For what? For someone to notice. The words landed harder than he expected. Your mom shouldn't leave you like this, Daniel said carefully. She didn't leave me, Lily replied. She just couldn't stay. Daniel's throat tightened. I'm sorry. It's okay, Lily said quickly. She told me brave people feel lonely sometimes. Daniel stared at her. She sounds very wise. She was, Lily smiled. She worked here. At the airport. No. In life, Lily said, as if that explained everything. A boarding announcement echoed overhead. Daniel checked his watch. He was supposed to be on a flight to Zurich in 40 minutes. Where are you going? Lily asked. I don't know anymore, he admitted. She grinned. Then you were lost. He sighed. I suppose I am. They shared a small smile, the kind strangers share when something unexpected feels strangely right. A security officer walked past, glancing at them. Daniel stiffened. Do you have a ticket? Lily asked. No. Good, she said. Tickets make people hurry. Daniel chuckled despite himself. You're very observant. I watch people a lot, she said. Grown-ups forget how. He studied her more closely now, the worn backpack, the scuffed sneakers, the way she sat with quiet confidence. Where are you supposed to go, Lily? She pointed toward the far end of the terminal. There's a place with big windows. My mom said I should wait there. Have you been waiting long? She looked down at her shoes. A little while. Daniel's chest tightened again. He stood up. How about I walk with you? Her face lit up. Okay. They walked slowly, weaving through the crowd. Lily talked as if they'd known each other forever, about her favorite stories, how she liked planes because they looked like giant birds, how her mom used to read to her every night even when she was tired. Daniel listened, really listened, something he hadn't done in years. They reached a quiet corner of the terminal where sunlight poured through massive glass walls. A row of empty chairs lined the window. "This is it," Lily said, sitting down. Daniel sat beside her. "So, what happens now?" She looked at him, eyes serious again. "Now you answer my question." "What question?" She leaned closer. "Are you lost too, mister?" He opened his mouth, ready with some polished answer, about business transitions, personal sabbaticals, but nothing came out. The truth rose instead, raw and unfiltered. "Yes," he said softly. "I think I've been lost for a very long time." Lily smiled, not triumphantly, but kindly. "That's okay. Lost people are easier to find." Daniel blinked. "Find by who?" "By themselves," she said. A lump formed in his throat. Just then, a woman approached, eyes scanning the area frantically. When she saw Lily, relief flooded her face. "There you are," she exclaimed, rushing over. "I've been looking everywhere." Lily hopped up. "This is Daniel," she said proudly. "He's lost." The woman looked at Daniel apologetically. "I'm so sorry. I turned my back for 1 minute." "It's fine," Daniel said quickly. "We were just talking." The woman knelt, adjusting Lily's backpack. "Thank you for staying with her." Lily tugged on the woman's sleeve. "He doesn't know where he's going." The woman smiled gently at Daniel. "Sometimes that's not such a bad thing." Daniel watched as they prepared to leave. "Wait," he said, surprising himself. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a business card, then hesitated. He turned it over and wrote his personal number instead. "If you ever need help," he said to the woman, then looked at Lily. "Or if you just want to talk." Lily took the card carefully, like it was fragile treasure. "Thank you," she said. "You helped me wait." She hugged him suddenly, arms small but strong around his waist. Daniel froze for a split second, then wrapped his arms around her, feeling something crack open inside him. As they walked away, Lily turned back. "Hey, Daniel." "Yes. Don't hurry," she said. "You'll miss it." "Miss what?" "Your life," she replied, and disappeared into the crowd. Daniel stood there long after they were gone. The departure board chimed again. Zurich began boarding. He pulled out his phone, opened his calendar, and for the first time ever, deleted everything for the next month. Then he booked a one-way ticket, not to Zurich, but to the city where he'd grown up, the place he'd left without saying goodbye. As he walked toward a different gate, lighter somehow, he realized the shocking truth behind his own reply. The little girl hadn't found him because he was powerful or important. She found him because he was finally honest. And for the first time in decades, Daniel Cross wasn't afraid of being lost, because now, he knew he was on his way home.